Hey everyone, it's Monica, and it is my turn for Be Free Friday. And this week I had the honor and opportunity to speak at a ladies' luncheon at our church. And I shared my testimony, and I shared just some things that God has done in my life and how faithful He has been. And as I was preparing over the last couple weeks and getting ready for it, I just kept getting very overcome by just remembering God's faithfulness and kind of just reliving through my preparation and even through speaking at the church this week. Just reliving some of my story and reliving how God has been so faithful and what He's done in my life and just the miraculous things that He has done, like completely saved me from, things that He has provided miracles in. And it was just, I don't know, like it was a really good thing. It was good for my spirit and good for my soul to remember and to go back and just kind of walk back through it again. And when I woke up this morning and was thinking about Be Free Friday and what I was going to do, I had something else entirely that I was planning. And then I just had this overwhelming sense of like, let's remind each other that we need to remember God's faithfulness. And I was like, okay, well, that might be something interesting to do. And then I read a devotion this morning also, and I'm not kidding. Here's the first thing it said. Renew your faith by remembering what I have done for you, both historically and personally. And I was like, okay, so I think God has spoken. I think He wants me to do a Be Free Friday about this. You know, there's a lot of verses in the Bible and a lot of different times where God tells and instructs the people very clearly, go back and remember my faithfulness. Go back and build an altar to acknowledge what I've done. Go back and remember that I brought you up out of the land of Egypt and then brought your freedom. In Lamentations 3, the prophet says, yet I call this to mind, and therefore I have hope. And he talks about remembering God's faithfulness. And that's where the song Great is Thy Faithfulness comes from, which was a song that was sang at this luncheon before I got up to speak, which I was like, that is just so perfect. It was just so perfect for what I was going to share. In Psalm 77:11, it says, I will remember the Lord's deeds. Indeed, I will remember your awesome deeds from long ago. And in Psalm 103, it says, may I never forget the good things He does for me. And you know, I think so often we are so overwhelmed and frustrated and confused and freaked out and disappointed by circumstances and things that are happening in our lives. And I think we lose hope, or we forget that God is faithful, and we forget that He works in ways that we don't understand. But if we go back through our own personal testimony, if we go back through our own journeys and recall to mind those things, call them back up to mind, like kind of re-walk through them and relive them, it just does something to reignite your faith. And I didn't know that I needed that as badly as I did, but it just was the most touching thing for me, especially over this last week, to just like every single day go back over my testimony in preparation. I kept getting so overwhelmed emotionally, remembering how God pulled through for me and how He like parted seas and, you know, like for lack of a better phrase, pulled a rabbit out of a hat so many times to save me from myself. And so I just want to really encourage you this week, spend some time alone with a journal and in prayer. And go back over and just write out some of your story. Write out where God showed up. Write out how He worked and how He did things. Because I guarantee whatever difficulty you're facing this week, whatever challenge is coming up in your life right now, if you recall and remember the awesome deeds that God did long ago, it is going to reignite your faith and just make your trust in Him that much deeper and give you the strength, the unfailing strength to get through whatever you need to get through. I hope you find that encouraging today. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and let's go be free. Bye.